Yes, this is the Irish Cultural Museum of New Orleans. We've existed since the year 2013. Mr. Matthew Ahern is the gentleman who established this place. The venue consists of a museum, a courtyard, and all the way to the back is where our coffee house is located. We have different beverages for sale, such as coffee drinks, tea drinks, both hot and iced. We have some alcoholic beverages as well. Of course, it wouldn't be an Irish Cultural Center without that, right? Whiskey, wine, beer. We have Celtic themed jewelry and t-shirts. New Orleans was always a heavily Catholic city, predominantly French and Spanish, of course, but the Irish had started coming into the city in the 18th century. But for the most part, they came in they settled in New Orleans during the mid-19th century, which of course that period coincided with what's normally referred to as a potato famine. Really, in all actuality, what it was a genocide that was committed by the British government toward the Irish in Ireland. There was a massive amounts of surplus crops and food that could be used to help the starving Irish, but were instead exported to other countries. And so the Irish came to New Orleans through the port between 1845 and 1855. And by 1860, 20% of New Orleans' population was composed of Irish immigrants. That is a substantial amount, many of whom, of course, fought in the American Civil War for the Confederacy. Quite a few of the families stayed in the city of New Orleans. The Irish have had a profound influence and impact on the culture of the city. You think of Hibernia Bank, which was a very prominent bank for about 135 years. It was founded in 1870 by Irish New Orleanians. Politics and public service in the city, the leaders of the city, the politicians of the city, the mayors, the city councilmen, the DAs, etc. A lot of those individuals during the latter part of the 19th century and into the 20th century were of Irish ancestry. You think of Mayor Fitzpatrick, you think of the Burkes, for example. You think of Jimmy Fitzmaurice, who was a lieutenant governor of Louisiana in the 1970s under Edwin Edwards. There are countless number of examples.